So
all right, we rolling?
yeah.
Awesome. Hi, everyone.
This is Stony.
The issue is that your foot drops down and the muscles that are in through here either don't have the strength, the coordination, or the stamina to operate safely, timed right, and everything as you're walking and stepping. So,
Okay.
some of you, as we can tell when you go to try to pick up your foot, just pick it up for me. There you go. You can, if you think about it long and hard enough, your foot will come up. But it's not as if you can do like it's not as if you can say, okay, I'm going to do a snap call and just make sure you tell my foot to raise up. You got to think about it. It's taking longer than what it should.
Yeah.
We're talking milliseconds is how long it should take, and yours is taking, a week or two. So,
yeah.
So the other issue is that your range of motion in your ankle joint does not necessarily come up to the angle at which we would prefer it to come up, and that's with your knee bent. The muscle that comes from the bottom of the heel actually goes all the way down to the big toe. It comes all the way up the back of your leg and it crosses the knee joint. So when your leg is fully straight, you see that thing about you leaning back like that? Yeah. So that was your body basically cheating. When I raise this portion up right, muscle all the way up back to your hip.
Right.
So this muscle actually stops right about there. But when I'm forcing it into supination or picking your foot up toward and turning it to the inside like that, because I want to check to see, not that this is in the right alignment, but this is what allows me to stretch it the most. Okay?
Oh, okay.
So now when I get it to this position, I can just hold it and just turn the foot down, and now it's at the angle we want it at.
Gotcha.
But now if we put this at the angle that I can get you at, if I cast you like this and you put it inside a shoe that's got a little bit of a wedge to the bottom of the heel, like about 3/8, which is pretty typical.
Yeah.
If we put that in there, it's going to tilt the upper part of your leg, what we call the shank. It'll tilt it forward, which will help counteract the preference for you to hyperextend your knee.
Okay.
Okay. So that's the idea is to cast you at the best angle we can get you at in a corrected or straightened position, so that when you put the brace on inside a shoe, you're able to hit on your heel and roll forward and then take the next step with your left leg. And then you can transfer and roll off on this one. So the toes are going to be at a certain angle. The heel is going to be at a certain angle. The ankle is going to be at a certain angle. All that's going to come into play here in just a second. I'm holding your foot in that neutral, or as close up to the 90-degree angle as I can. And I can force it a little bit more, and I'm going to, but if I do what's called cheat the contracture, which means forcing your ankle or telling the lab to make the brace at a certain angle that your foot can't go to, it's just going to wind up causing stress on the joint itself. And to the point that you're not going to be able to, if the brace isn't going to be nearly as effective for you. So now I need you to scoot forward for me just a little bit. Scoot your rear end forward. There you go, good. Okay, that's good. Right there. Yep, that's good. Now I'm rotating this board on top so that I can get your ankle in the correct position and moving your shank over the top of your foot, midline of your foot, so that everything is where we want it to be. So this is the angle that we're going to make the brace at. And then with this combined with that little bit of a heel lift from your shoe, because most shoes, and the ones you wore today probably don't, but most shoes have a thicker heel than they do at the ball. So there's actually a difference of about 3/8 to half an inch between the heel thickness and the ball thickness. So we build that, we count on that whenever we're designing an AFO. So we don't necessarily make everything at one particular angle or another, but keeping in mind that they're going to be wearing it inside a shoe, we have to do that. And then there's also wedges that we can add underneath the AFO to make it to where it's we can sort of fine tune it. If the heel that you normally wear with your shoe isn't enough, then maybe we need to supplement it with a little heel wedge or something. That's what I was talking about on your left side also. if you wore just a small heel wedge on your left side and didn't wear one on this leg, between now and whenever you got your brace, you would probably notice that it's easier for you to take a step, because effectively making this leg longer would make this leg easier to swing through.
Okay.
And it's not like we have to worry about your balance, because it's already shot to hell. So.
Don't be honest or anything.
No. What we have here is essentially a negative mold of your leg. And if I fill this full of a liquid slurry of plaster, then I'll have the exact three-dimensional shape of your foot and your ankle. The detail inside here is enough to capture bony points like on your ankle joint and things like that across the top of your foot. Little things like you got like an old blister or a callus or something right there. That wouldn't be picked up in this, but we don't need that. Any bony points back here on the back of the heel and along the bottom of the foot, we would get all of those too.
Okay.
Yeah, so
Cool.
there you go. And since you were able to get to a better angle than I thought, so it's likely that you won't have to have like a wedge or a lift or anything.
Oh, awesome.
That is good.
Even better.